Good news for those facing increased EMIs on their home loans. Interest rates, according to the MD and CEO of Bank of Baroda, are set to fall by the end of this year. In an earlier conversation with Business Today TV, Siddharth Zarabi, Sanjiv Chadha also spoke about how the bank is preparing for the possible financial hit from the bankruptcy of Go First.
Excellent set of numbers, and there's a lot of positive sentiment that's being generated by your fourth quarter performance. Can you take us through some of the highlights and, more importantly, what led to this kind of stellar performance?
I think from our perspective, there are two or three things that have worked very well. First, of course, is growth. I think we are at that point in time of the cycle where you might say, in comparative terms, it is relative growth which becomes very important. And that's where we believe the bank has done well. I think for the past few quarters, we have been doing better than industry growth. This year, as a whole, our growth has been about 19%. And within that, what we are very happy about is the growth on the retail side, which has been in the range of 28%. What also, again, is something which is a bit satisfying is the fact that this growth has come from multiple sources. Within retail, it has come from home loans, auto loans, car loans, education loans, all of which, again, are growing at 20% nearly or better. Also, the proportion of personal loans, which for us was a new product about 2 years back, is when we really started growing it aggressively. That's coming at about 100%, which really is a big plus for margins. The second piece, which I think is important on the asset side, is that corporate, where we were finding it difficult to get the margins and therefore were a bit conservative in terms of growth. Now that's also taking off. It has grown at 13%. Third is the liability side, where the fact that we have kept a very tight lid in terms of discipline, how we price our deposits is something which has helped us in terms of margins. And while doing that, the fact that our deposits have grown at about 15%, I think that's also a source of some satisfaction for us.
We understand that your exposure to Go First is somewhere around 1,300 crore. What's your own sense of that account?
So I think normally we don't discuss specific accounts, but in this case, the company has made a filing. So I think the figures are there in the public domain. Our loan is, I think, fairly well collateralized. So we are fairly assured as far as the loan is concerned. Second, I think the airline industry, I think, is picking up momentum. So and there's a fair chance that the airline could probably fly. For the accounts again are possibly something that will improve over the next few months. Having said that, the bank has a policy of being very conservative when it comes to provisioning, which is why you see that our credit costs are low, because we try to anticipate issues that might arise in the future. And taking that conservative viewpoint, we have made a 500 crore provision on this account.
How do you see interest rates panning out now that we see a moderation of inflation significantly, including parts of food inflation, Mr. Chadha?
So I think we possibly have reached the end of the interest rate cycle and the sequence of interest rate increases that we saw. I would believe that we might have a short plateau, and after that, possibly the central bank might think in terms of reversing again the cycle. That's something, to my mind, which might be clear in the second half of the year. But as of now, we are penciling in the possibility of a rate cut towards the end of the financial year.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.